Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. This morning we're chatting yet again about Freeport Medical, and I welcome back Dr. Rohit Das. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Thank you very much,
How are you
my
doing
brother.
this morning?
I am happy to be here.
All right, tell me, well, give us a little recap. Freeport Medical and RD Good Health, what it's all about.
Yes. Well, Freeport Medical Center and RD Good Health Medical Center is considered to be a state-of-the-art medical institutions where we provide a one-stop shop medical services. With regards to Freeport Medical Center, we were established in 2002, and since then we have been growing and adding new services and so on. At that time when we established, our main objectives were to provide preventative care medical services to treat chronic illnesses, dialysis, and community outreach.
Right.
And that is one of the ways we believe we are giving back to our community. We also provide a free medical clinic on Wednesdays and Fridays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we believe that we advocate for affordable and accessible healthcare services at Freeport.
Yeah.
In terms of RD Good Health, we provide similar services at RD Good Health with the addition of services geared towards women.
Yeah.
So it's run by my daughter, Dr.
So that's like the women's clinic
Yes,
version.
the women's side, yes.
All right.
Yes, and there's an extra diagnostic service at RD Good Health, which we are very proud about at RD Good Health Medical Center, where we have CT angiograms, and that is a unique service in Central, where we are able to diagnose coronary artery disease, blocked arteries, and that is the main cause of heart attacks.
So I know, now we're talking cardiovascular stuff, right?
Cardiovascular.
All right, so tell me why cardiovascular disease is such an important topic?
Yeah. Cardiovascular disease, it's quoting from the WHO. I mean, we have some statistics from Trinidad,
Right.
but from the WHO, World Health Organization, is grouped into a category of disease known as non-communicable diseases, right? And these diseases are responsible for 43 million deaths per year. In fact, if you lump it together, they are responsible for most of the deaths. And out of that category, 20 million, so more than half, comes from cardiovascular disease, which would be heart attacks and strokes. So it's really one of the major
Causes,
problems in the world today. And I was asked to have a 4-series discussion, and I chose cardiovascular as the first one because of the importance and the prevalence of morbidity and mortality associated with
How do we make sure that we're in good cardiovascular health?
Yeah. Well, cardiovascular disease being such a big thing in the medical field, we need to, first of all, stratify the risk.
Right.
So if a person, for example, believe that there is a family history of heart disease, you need to see a doctor.
You are high risk.
High risk. You're considered to be high risk, right? And at Freeport Medical Center and RD Good Health, we start off risking patients by you come in, you see the doctor, and they will check for the simple risk factors like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol. We'll check your BMI, which is important. Your patient's BMI of over 30, considered to be obese, is a major risk factor for heart disease.
So for those who don't know anything about BMI, it stands for body mass index,
Yes,
right?
correct.
And you're trying to get a measurement between your height,
height
your weight.
and your weight,
Okay.
correct. Yes,
All right.
height
Just
and
to make
weight.
sure
Yes.
people who listen understand what's going on. Talk to me. Go ahead.
In terms of risk, we also would like to advise patients that you need to do if you're over 35 years of age, all persons should have blood tests done annually. Annually.
Okay.
If you're over 50, it should be biannually.
Oh.
Right? And when you dealing with risk factors, you need to have an ECG done, which is an important test for your heart, electrocardiogram. Echo.
What does that test for?
Right. It tests the electrical impulses running through your heart.
That's your heartbeat, essentially.
Well, actually, it's the current that stimulates the heartbeat. So it stimulates the muscles to beat.
Okay.
And we use that now. We make an inference on that, on those readings. And, you know, we see it on movies where the PQRS complexes.
And when that stops is when you're dead.
Well, oh gosh, that's the end of life.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you have expired. But then we use that now to check for blocked arteries. It can also give a lot of information to the physician, right?
Okay.
You can also tell if a patient had a heart attack before, if they are developing blocked arteries, and of course, if it's a major block, it will show up very easily. Other ways of checking your risk would include your echocardiograms and stress tests. Well, a lot of person knows what the stress test is. It's a test where you put a little strain on the heart by walking on a treadmill,
right? And
then you run the ECG, which is a continuous check on the heart,
right,
while you're walking, and then that also tells us a lot. New types of ways of checking for risk will include something called coronary calcium scoring, coronary artery calcium scoring. I don't know if the listeners are aware of this new type of risk, where you use a CT scan of the coronary arteries to tell how much calcium deposits.
Okay.
And that is one of the major risk factors. If a person has a risk of over 400, they're considered to be severe risk, and they could likely get a heart attack.
Just now, calcium deposit is something that's happening in your heart?
Yes, it's
outreach in there?
Yes. So what happened? All arteries, but today we're talking about heart, the coronary arteries can develop plaques on the inside.
Okay.
And these plaques come from cholesterol. That's why cholesterol becomes a risk. So if your cholesterol is elevated above 200, this is putting you at the risk of developing calcium of coronary artery plaques. Right. And the calcium from your body can go on those plaques and get hard. And
cause the blockage.
Cause it to grow, and it will then eventually cause a blockage, leading to a heart attack.
All right. So then let's
I just want to mention one more.
Go ahead.
And the important test, which everybody, a lot of people would know, is the angiograms.
Right.
So that is ultimately the test to check for a blocked artery, and where you check for the coronary arteries, and that tells you if you have a blocked artery, and that obviously could then we use those information to direct and to help to provide a treatment plan for patients.
All right, before we get to the treatment plan, before we even have to come and see you about this problem, how do we take care of our heart to make sure that we don't have these things happening?
Yes. There's a lot of discussion right now about these things, and in terms of taking care of your heart, so you do the risk. If you believe that you're at your risk, then you put things in place, right? So in terms of the treatment, if their patient is diabetes, for example, if a patient is high cholesterol, each one of the risk factors have to be treated.
Right.
In terms of general things that we as doctors will prescribe to patients would be ensuring that you stick to a proper diet. And the diet that we would like to talk about and to recommend would be optimal calorie. We don't want you to have more calories or less calories because you're talking about being overweight. But you should not go on too much of high calorie diet. So you stick to your recommended calorie, your recommended proteins, and then you try your very best to reduce fat and cholesterol foods from your diet, right?
Reduce them? Like don't eat nothing with fat in it?
Keep away from fatty foods, oily foods, too much of dairy products like cheese, butter, milk.
So what you saying, Doc, is we all had to kind of become vegans in order to live long?
Not really. You just have to look at the healthier foods, like more fruits, more vegetables, less processed foods, bake, grill, barbecue rather than stew and curry. Take off your skin and fat from your meats.
You just take away the national dishes.
Yeah, well, everything that we like, we have to keep it. And an important thing is red meats because, red meat is higher on cholesterol as opposed to white meat. So your chicken...
Isn't it also higher in protein?
It's higher, but it has the cholesterol, and that's the problem. Yes.
So we had to find a nice balance.
Well, the white meat will be chicken and turkey, and fish is always better to eat, right?
Okay.
I would also like to add here exercise because, I like to keep it simple.
Yeah.
as the head doctor of Freeport, I say to my patients, if you give me 45 minutes per day for 4 days a week, so you try to get in at least 3 hours per week of walking, simple exercise, walking, running, swimming, jogging, riding a bike. Keep
anything that keep you moving.
Keep your heart rate up.
Yeah.
Right? I also add to that, knowing yourself in terms of your sugar. You go to the doctor once a year, as we said, over 35. You make sure you know your blood pressure. So if you know that your blood pressure is elevated, you keep a check on it like every month, making sure that it doesn't go above 140/90. Keep a check on your blood sugar, keep a check on your cholesterol, keep a check on your weight, and so on, right? So, those are some of the things. Smoking and alcohol is not allowed. Smoking particularly not allowed. Alcohol, socially, and, you control your consumption of alcohol. So some of the things like that we'll recommend.
What I keep realizing in more of these medical conversations that we have is that anything not done in moderation is bad for you, essentially.
Yes, it's true.
Tell me about some of the packages that you have on offer at Freeport Medical, because I know you have the one that is a proactive package, and then you have the heart health packages.
Yes.
So tell me about them.
Yes. We are very proud of some of the things that we do, and for this month and next month, the summer holiday time, we are trying to promote good health practices, and the Proactive Plus Health package is like an introductory test that person should do from the age of 35 to check their general health. And all of these packages are reduced cost just to assist and again to give back to our community. In the Proactive Plus package, we are giving a free doctor visit, a complete urinalysis, and this urinalysis would include checking for your sugar, blood, protein, nitrites, and bilirubin in your urine, and you get a report. You get a report with this, a full report, right? When the doctor visit, we'll also check for hypertension. We'll check your BMI, right? And then we add blood tests to this as well, including your blood sugar test, your diabetic blood test, which is a HbA1c test, your lipid profile, including your cholesterol.
Okay.
Right?
There's a full check to make sure that everything is okay.
That's introductory, and it costs like just $800, whereas the regular price would be $1,200.
Yeah.
So it's a very good package for persons to take advantage of.
And I hear you also have a special package for teachers this vacation.
Yes. We also have the heart one. As we talk about heart, I want to mention that for the heart package, we do all the tests pertaining to the heart, including the doctor visit, the urinalysis. You get the ECG test in this, the echocardiogram test, the cholesterol, including your full lipid profile, diabetic blood test.
And the angiogram too?
No, not the angiogram.
Not the angiogram, all right.
Yes. And that heart package is just $1,200. All of those things.
Okay.
And
how much is
regular
that
price would have been $2,000.
Okay, so we have some nice discounts happening. Tell me about the teachers package.
We believe in giving back, and our educators, all the teachers who are on vacation starting from July, we are having a package for teachers to check, all these different tests that we mentioned before. And for the month of July and August, we are giving a 10% discount across the board to teachers.
Okay.
Including the doctor visit, X-ray, ultrasound, CT scans, blood tests, everything.
Everything.
Yes. And all teachers are invited to take part in this and,
This is primary school, secondary school, tertiary school.
Throughout the country, yes.
Nice, man. You have any packages, like, just for people who are stressed? Because people upstairs asking, I want to know when we get discounts just because if we come for a stress test, we can get a little discount
but
too.
you could be considered a teacher, the amount of information I didn't see you dissipated every day. I mean, you fall in line with that.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take advantage of that. Tell me about some of your outreach initiatives, because I understand you have the She Drive, you have the 5K as well. Tell me about those.
Yes. Right. This is something we are really proud about. As I mentioned, the Good Health is run by my daughter, and she came up with this initiative to assist young women and women in general who may be in need of, personal care products.
Right.
We have been collecting personal care products from the general public, businesses, and so on. And we actually gave out, it was very successful over the weekend, this Saturday, going here, over 50 packages, And so it's the end of June and July. So the other giveaway would be in July, where we're giving the hampers out to these women.
Okay.
So we ask persons and businesses to assist by giving donations, and these donations can be given throughout Trinidad, including Audi Good Health right in Shogunas, premium blocks in Demerara Road Demerara Road Arima. Then you have Porter's Pay in the Bloom Coffee Shop.
Full Bloom.
Full Bloom Coffee Shop. And Nativia in San Fernando and at our center in Freeport. All right. We also have which is something we are very excited about, our Full Family Day. And it's on August the 17th, where we're going to be having we're starting off the day with a 5K run walk. And at 8 o'clock, from 8 to 4, we are inviting everybody to come and participate, take advantage of the health fair as well, which will be from 10 o'clock for the rest of the day. And there's no admission fee. It is a non-profit.
Where is it?
Activity. It's starting the 5K starts at our office in Freeport. It's going to end at the Arena Road, Savannah, and that's where the family day is going to be taking place.
Seems like there's a lot of action happening on the Freeport Medical Center. Let me say congratulations to you and the team. But if persons want to get in touch with you, how can they?
Yes. We are available on all social media platforms, Freeport Medical Center and RD Good Health Medical Center. In terms of telephones, 673-1069 and 681-8174 are our numbers. I would like to, take the opportunity to ask persons and to advise that we be very proactive. Preventative care medicine is the way to go. And, come in, get your tests. The tests are available now. And the good thing about it, you have lots of promotions and discounts available right now for different packages.
Dr. Das, thank you very much for joining us this morning and for always sharing the information. And congrats to you and the entire team at Freeport Medical. All you go and check them out. They have the packages available. And please take care of yourself. And prevention is always better than cure. I ain't nobody going vegan part, but we're going to see how we balance it out. Let's take a quick break and come back with more in our morning show. Stick around.
Yes, my brother.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hi, morning.
How are you?
Good to find you. Whoa.
So, pleasure to meet you both. My name is Natasha. And you are Ainsley Andrews?
Yes.
Correct? You're the general manager
Yes.
of Grand Credit Union?
Correct.
All right. And you are Jahan Furman.